expectations weren't necessarily on a place or winning, so how did you stack up today against what your expectations were coming in?
Let's see. I don't know, I feel like everything was a little bit off today besides Beam. Beam was really good, but I think I was a little angry, so it was even better. And I've been struggling the most in practice here on Beam, so I don't know how it ended up being the best. And on bars, I'm still so sad. I wish I could redo my routine because I hadn't fallen once this whole entire training time, and I really wanted to showcase bars, and at least the end of the routine was good. But the beginning, we need to delete that part. But it's a good stepping stone on the way to championships.
Is it just a bit of getting back in the swing of it, or rust, time away, that, you know, those were very uncharacteristic mistakes for you?
Yes, and I feel like I didn't expect to be so nervous, and so I think nerves got the best of me, and I was trying to calm myself down, but I don't know, this DJ also played some crazy music. I'm like, dude, can you chill over there? But other than that, I felt like I took it pretty well. I can't really complain. I don't know, I'm happy with the way today went, and it played out, but still disappointed in some areas. But you know, I meant, shoot, I had a petition here.
Were you able to reset after the bars and kind of do as well as you did on Beam?
Yes, well, I had to reset or I would be all over the place. So I was like, you know what, Simone, just forget about bars and go in and do a nice clean Beam routine and see where you're at. Because I know if I was too upset and didn't use that for good, Beam would have been all over the place. I felt like 8 times the other day on Beam, so I was like, oh Jesus, don't want that to happen again.
Is there, your scores on floor, vault, Beam, and all around were the highest in the world this year? Is there any solace in, you know, even on my bad day?
To know? Yeah, I guess that's pretty good to know. And especially starting on floor, I didn't expect to start on floor once we saw the start list. So I think right now we're at a good place, and there's still a lot to work on. Work on the nerves, work on the consistency, work on the landings, but for this point, at this time in the year, I think we're at a pretty good place.
How hard is it when you have the nerves and anxiety and that you're just sort of amped up to start on floor?
It's kind of hard to hold back, so I like flew out of bounds. But after bars, I was like, I'm done, I'm not competing, Beam, this is it, like, forget it. But I was like, you know what, Simone, no, you're here for a reason, go out there, still do 4 events, and just try to have fun with it and find the joy that you used to have. But I was really upset about bars.
What did LeBron say when he was sort of standing there with his arm on your shoulder before you got back up on bars?
He was trying to figure out if he wanted me to do the toe full again. He's like, do you want to do the toe full? And I was like, yeah, that's fine, I'll connect the toe full to the pack. And he's like, you know what, well, it already counted as a toe full, so you don't have to do it again. And I was like, oh, okay, then I'll just start from the pack. That's what he was saying. He was like, it's okay, just finish strong.
He said yesterday that some areas where you have doubt, especially on bars, he tries to instill the confidence he has in you that you have. You had this first competition with him. How did having him and Cecile here, you know, kind of help you get through it?
It helps so much, especially having the both of them here and down on the floor and supporting me and Olivia. It was very helpful. And going into this meet, honestly, I can really say that I felt most confident about bars, which is very unusual for me because usually that's not the case. So to come in feeling confident on bars and taking that to championships and hopefully worlds at the end of the year feels pretty good.
You said yesterday you thought maybe you could beat Simone 2016. You did that today?
Yes, I guess so. And then besides the bars, but we'll still go back to the gym and work on that bar.
But how do you feel about where you are? I mean, 10 months in, you're better than Rio.
I feel pretty good with where I'm at in this time of the year, and even from Rio, I feel like I've improved. So I'm pretty proud of myself at this point.
You talk about maybe better handling things like social media, not letting that get to you. Obviously, it's kind of difficult here with supporting other survivors and everything you've gone through there. How do you feel more capable of handling all that stuff right now?
I feel like sometimes it still is a lot of weight on my shoulders, but joining all the survivors, it is very inspiring, and we try to make a statement. But I mean, I'm up here talking about all of these things, and I think Carrie Perry has to speak up and do her part in the job, and not let it just be coming from the survivors.
Did you want to be in that position on Beam? I mean, did you sort of enjoy the? You had to put up a score. You know, I mean, and it's
I knew going up, yes. usually I'm the anchor, so it wasn't anything new for me to be at the end of the line. But with the nerves I had today, I was a little bit nervous with how I would handle it. So to come off bars and to have a fall and then go into beam and put up a strong beam routine, I was pretty proud of myself with how I handled it.
Did you sort of enjoy almost in a way, like being in that position?
Yeah, I guess in that moment I enjoyed being pissed off, yeah.
I don't know if I can get that in the paper. I'll try.
What does that mindset do for you on something like beam?
I think it fuels you to do better, because I didn't want to fall again, especially after having bars happen, and I was really upset about that, and I was like, I feel like I'm pretty good at beam, so hopefully this goes well.
We have time for one last question.
You have a pretty big cheering section here today.
I
What
do.
it was like to have so much family, boyfriend, parents here?
Yes, it's always so exciting for my whole entire family to get the opportunity to come out, and a lot of my family is from Columbus on my dad's side, so it was really exciting. I'm always excited when they come out, and then we get to do the little after party, and I really enjoy having them come all this way.
Do you feel like because of your position, you can say things to try to push USA Gymnastics to change, because that fear of like, I'm not really going to leave you off the team ever?
I think someone has to, and I'm okay with being that voice as long as it's in a positive manner.
Sure. Okay.